Hello, I am Katrina, mindful nurse gardener. I just did another video. It was 8 minutes long, and for some reason the volume wasn't working, so I hope this works. Hi, I am a mindful nurse gardener. This is my channel, and I come on here really, I started this channel because I needed a space to share what I was doing as a nurse who is building her own independent practice. I'm not the only one. A lot of us are doing this. I'm seeing a trend. I'm seeing lots of nurses and coming and doing an independent practice outside of the system because of how broken it is. And yeah, I would love for the system to support nurses to do that in a way that's not so restrictive. I've seen a lot of that. But anyways, that aside, because I could go on about the system and tell you lots of things that I've learned over the 20 years I've been a nurse. But what I would like to talk about tonight, because I was thinking, oh, what do I talk about? Because I've been wanting to show up for this 111 days, and I'm, building my business, and I want to show up, not just do these shorts that I've been doing lately, which the shorts I think are fun too, and people like to watch them more than this face talking, and which is fine. I'm good with whatever works. But what came up today was in a session today was around trust, and then I was reminded of a time when I really had to trust myself. So when I was injured, I went off work, and then when I was coming back after 2.5 years being off work, injured, like every day working on my nervous system, every day showing up for myself, and I was walking back into the system where I was injured, and I was scared shitless. And I did not want to be injured again. I had worked so hard on this human and I really was scared. I was scared. And what I learned going off and then coming back in the midst of COVID, mind you, and I'm thinking about, all the things that have been going on for nurses and healthcare providers, and knowing how negatively people were, and still are impacted, their nervous systems in working in healthcare. I was scared, and I thought, how do I keep myself where I am in this great place, able to respond to stress and able to keep up with, all the things that I've, got myself back to a healthy place, right? And what it came down to was that even though I couldn't trust the system, I couldn't trust that I would be supported to return to work, because I work with nurses and I know how return to works have not been successful. I knew that I could trust myself. I had learned through the process of healing. I had learned through the process of showing up for myself. I had learned through the process of advocating for myself as opposed to my patients. I was really good at that, but I had to learn how to advocate for myself and show up for myself. So in that, I've learned how to trust. I learned how to trust Katrina, and I knew once I got in there, I was scared before, but once I got in there that I would be okay because I could show up for myself. I could set the boundaries that I needed to set. I didn't have to get into those old patterns and the way that people were working, and I could see it wasn't healthy. But it was, promote it, and it continues to be promoted. You know, if it's taking your charting home and not getting paid overtime, or staying late and getting your charting done, or staying late because, you know, there's not enough staff, and not getting paid for that, right? So, and that being a culture that continues, right? And I refused. I would not do those things anymore because I knew it got me in trouble before. So, and I would take my breaks, and I would make sure I went to the bathroom when I needed to go, and I would eat my lunch and eat, right? Don't get me wrong, I'm not perfect. And there'd be times where I could see myself getting into that. It's like a flow of energy of not going on my breaks. And I'm like, no, I need this, because I could feel if I didn't. This beautiful nervous system tells me, and I know it so much better than I did before. So, yeah. So, really, trust and knowing that you have your own back, and knowing that it's okay to set those boundaries so that you are able to, you know, survive your work shift, survive the day, so that you can come back and be with your children. It's not that simple, don't get me wrong. Because who knows where you find yourself, right? Like you could be in the midst of needing more support because your nervous system has just been so taxed, right? And that's okay. That's, you know, I've been there. I know that, and I know that you can come back from that. But the trust thing is that even though we might not trust the system, we might not trust what we're walking into, but we can trust ourselves. So remember how important you are, and to keep coming back to yourself, fill in your own cup, and you know, caring for that relationship for yourself, between you and you. I will look after Katrina, and that's not selfish. And you look after you, and then we come together, and we play, and we share, and we care for each other as well, right? And then when we can fill our own cup, then we have that ability to come and support others. And you know, for a lot of us who work in the healing fields, or are a healer of some sort, right? That's why we came to do this work. So yeah, you got your back. You got your back. Okay, take care. Bye.